Lesson 7.4 Changing Lanes and Merging. The rule of changing lane applies when you switch lanes due to an obstacle on the road when overtaking or approaching a lane end. Risk factors. The maneuver can often be surprising to the other drivers. If you concentrate to the vehicles from behind, you might oversee the vehicles in front of you. In the picture, we can see a vehicle approaching from behind. You have to let it pass before you change lanes. Poor assessment of the speed and distance from the vehicles coming from behind in the lane you want to switch to. In the picture, you can see a vehicle approaching from behind. You have to let it pass before you change lanes. Pay attention to the traffic conditions, traffic signs, and road markings, as well as vehicles coming from behind. When you switch lanes, you are responsible not to be a danger or unnecessary inconvenience to other traffic participants. When you switch lanes, assess traffic situation in time by using review mirrors and looking over shoulder to check whether there is someone behind you or in the blind spot. If the vehicle behind you is close to you, warn the vehicle's driver by turning on the indicator light that you are about to switch lanes. It is obligatory to turn on indicator when switching lanes on a highway. When changing lanes, adjust your speed to the other vehicles in the lane you are switching to. It will make the maneuver of changing lanes easier and you will not force drivers behind you to slow down because of you. Try not to endanger or be an unnecessary inconvenience to other traffic participants. It is important to properly assess your distance from the cars behind and sides, as well as their speed. Change lanes when the lane you would like to switch to is free. Position in the middle of the new lane and turn off indicator. In this situation, the lane you want to switch to is free and you can perform the switching unless there are vehicles in the blind spot. Lane changing arrows indicate that you should switch to the lane the arrows are pointing to as soon as possible. Lane lines indicates that the rule of changing lane applies. Merging of two lanes, you need to follow the rule of changing lane. Crawler lane. The following situations are potentially hazardous. A vehicle coming from behind but hidden in the blind spot. A vehicle in front of you or coming from behind that is changing lane. Vehicle driving too close to you in the lane you want to switch to. When you want to change lanes, assess the traffic situation in time and change lanes when you have a chance to do so. Observe the traffic situation thoroughly by using review mirrors and looking over shoulder in order to be sure there are no vehicles in blind spots. According to the speed and position of a vehicle behind, you should determine whether you can overtake safely. Do not change lanes if doing so will make a driver behind to slow down. Turn on an indicator in time if it is necessary, for example, if a vehicle behind you is too close. Do not hesitate when starting lane change. Stay in the middle of the new lane and turn off an indicator.
Checkpoint. Take a pencil and a piece of paper. You want to continue straight ahead. You have to pay special attention to traffic signs, vehicles coming from behind, road markings, the rule for changing lanes, you have to pay special attention to the traffic sign for merging lanes. The rule for changing lanes applies here. You have to look in the rearview mirrors and over your shoulder to check if there are any vehicles coming from behind you or from your left side. Road markings show that you have to change lanes soon, and the rule for changing lanes applies here. Adjust your speed and the distance to the vehicles coming from behind you. You may not make any inconvenience to those vehicles.
In this situation, the traffic sign indicates merging of two lanes due to roadworks. Merging. When two lanes merge into one, you have to obey the rule of merging lanes. This implies that you need to adjust your speed to the speed of the vehicles coming from behind. You and the driver of a vehicle in front or vehicle behind share the same amount of responsibility, 50-50. The vehicle behind must allow the vehicle which is changing lane to pass, the so-called zipper merge principle.
You want to continue straight ahead. There are no vehicles behind you. Will you continue driving in the same lane or move to the far right lane? You have to keep driving in the same lane because the lane on your right side ends soon and you are already in the lane that continues forward.
Risk factors when merging are as follows. Wrong assessment of the distance and speed of the vehicle behind. Observing the traffic behind you for too long, whereby you do not pay attention to the possible obstacles ahead. Insufficient distance from other vehicles when changing lanes. Drivers in the lane you switch into do not obey the rule of merging. A vehicle behind you hidden in the blind spot. This means that the vehicle behind you does not obey the rule of merging and would not let you switch in. In order to facilitate changing lanes to the vehicles in front and on your right side, you must not change to the left lane, but reduce speed and leave enough space for them to finish lane changing. Traffic sign merging indicates that you must obey the rule of merging lanes. When merging lanes, you have to adjust your speed to the speed of vehicles positioned in the lane you want to switch in. If necessary, turn on the indicator to draw other drivers' attention. Turn off an indicator as soon as you finish merging. In this situation, you have to let the lorry merge in front of you. Course of the road. This sign indicates the traffic flow and course of the road. If there are no vehicles behind, you have to change lanes, and if changing lanes is not possible, reduce speed and let the slower vehicle merge in front of you. In this situation, you have to let the lorry merge in front of you. You have to turn on an indicator in case you want to draw other drivers' attention. In this situation, you have to adjust speed and merge between the vehicles in front and behind you.
Checkpoint. Take a pencil and a piece of paper. You are driving at the speed of approximately 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. The bus is approaching the motorway from a slip road driving at the speed of approximately 60 kilometers per hour. How will you continue? I will continue driving at approximately the same speed. I will move to the left lane immediately. I will slow down and stay in the same lane. Here, you may not overtake the bus or move to the left lane because you still don't know if the left lane is free. You have to apply the brakes and slow down. Let the bus join the motorway according to the rules for changing lanes and merging. Checkpoint. Take a pencil and a piece of paper. You are driving in a built-up area at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Cars on your left side are driving at the speed of 50 kilometers per hour. How will you continue? I will turn on the left indicator. I will slow down and let the car which is coming from behind pass me by. I will speed up and go in between the two vehicles. The rule of merging lanes applies here.